Hey guys, it's your girl Lisa, the Melanated Medicine Woman, back with another video. How have you guys been? It's been it's been many moons since we last seen each other, but I'm happy that we're together now to talk about this upcoming fiery full moon in Leo. It's going to happen, or it's going to peak this Wednesday, February 16th, and at the same time, Mars and Venus will be coming together, enhancing the frequencies and the vibrations of passion and creativity and attraction and liberation. So at this time, what we need to do is be mindful, because under this energy, we become magnets to what we are trying to attract. Okay, so we have to be mindful and align ourselves with what it is that we want to create in our lives. But also, as we know, with heightened feelings, because the full moon is going to be, causing some, emotions, feelings will be heightened. We also have to be mindful of what we want to let go of. All right. So we're just going to, pull some cards, and we're just going to ask Spirit to assist us in, a word and something we can focus on, because we're going to be attracting, you know what I mean? Because we're magnets about this time, and also what we can let go of. So we're going to pull a couple cards for each. We'll just see what Spirit has for us. Okay. So I'm just going to, you guys know what I do. I'm just going to say a quick prayer for the collective, and then we'll go from there. All right. Spirit, I come to you today to ask for a message, some guidance for the collective, so we know how to support ourselves in the upcoming full moon in Leo on February the 16th, this Wednesday. Please give us some guidance on what we can focus on, because we are magnets, and also something that we can let go of, that we no longer need. All right. Thank you. All right, so let me focus on what deck we're going to pull from, guides. So all right, let's start with this one. Spirit's telling me to start with this one. Something that we can focus on, something that we want to bring closer to us, right? Or something that we want to be mindful of, as we are magnets at this time. All right. Oh, all right. Oh, goodness. It popped right out, you guys. Abundance. All right. So what we need to do is, as we know that we are creating and we are manifesting through our thoughts, our conscious and subconscious minds, guys, what we need to do is realize that we need to focus from a place of abundance. If we want to continue to be abundant, we have to focus on what we do have and not on lack. As we all know, and we talk about on this channel, the law of attraction and manifestation and stuff like that. The universe listens to our feelings and our thoughts, right? So we are what we think, but also the feeling fuels our desires, and that's what the universe listens to. So if we say, oh my God, I'm tired of these bills, the universe will be like, oh, bills? You want more bills? So you'll get more bills. So, but we want to come to a point of where we are in a place of abundance, not just thinking about, what we have to pay out and what we have to do, and oh my gosh, I have to work extra hours. We need to align ourselves with what we do have, where our health, our family, those things that mean a lot to us. And we want to focus on what we want to bring more of into our world, into our life, right? So let's make sure that as our feelings are heightened, as things might get bumpy, with the other astrological transits and aspects that will be happening, that we have to be mindful that we come from a place of abundance, knowing that there's always more than enough. There's always more than enough, for a lot of my friends out there, that are starting their businesses and having that entrepreneurial spirit, just go ahead and do it. Now's the time to go ahead and bet on yourself, put time and energy into yourself. All right. Okay. So that is what we can focus on as we are attracting. Like, look at this gentleman here. He is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right now he's going like this, right? He's focused on what he doesn't have. And when you go down, since he's focused on that and he believes that he's coming from a place of lack, when you look down into his chest, there's no money there. But what she's focused on is the coin, and that's what she sees. So we create our reality, guys, okay? Okay, so thank you, Spirit, for that. And what is something that we can let go of? All right. And this could be anything, guys. It could be a mindset. It could be people. But we're going to ask Spirit. We're going to go from a different deck. What is something that we can let go of during this full moon, Spirit? All right. Oh, goodness. Okay, something that we can let go of. Okay, so we can let go of, it says, the shadow attributes. Okay, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Okay, so it came out like this. So we're going to be we're going to be going by the shadow attributes of the warrior. All right, there's a time and place, right? For everything, guys. There's a time and place for that warrior energy. There's the higher frequency of it, which is strength and skill and discipline. And then there is the shadow part of it, which is indifference to the suffering inflicted on other people. Now, so what does this mean? Being indifferent to the suffering inflicted on others, it means that, as you guys know, it's Black History Month, right? So a lot of times we all know that Black history is not just Black history, it's everyone's history, all right? We, Black people are not the ones that enslaved Black people in this country, right? Black History Month is also white history. It was white people doing the hangings and the beatings and the tarring and the feathering and stuff like that. So anyway, I just saw my spirit to mention that because Black history is also white history. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but it's on my spirit to say, but there is a bill that they're trying to pass to eliminate some of our history. A lot of people are feeling some type of way and feeling like victims because now their kids are uprising saying, hey, our forefathers did this to the Black people. Like, I'm not, this makes me ashamed. I don't know how to feel about that. And the parents are like, oh my gosh, you know what? Our kids are becoming progressive and now they are rebelling against us in our history of what we did to the African Americans in this country. So you know what we'll do? Instead of taking accountability for, anyway, what's happening is it is coming out of they would like for it to come out of the history books, right? Because certain people don't like the way what has been done to African Americans. They don't like the way it makes them feel. It makes them feel victimized now. So history might change. His story might change as a result of consequences of the oppressor, of how they're starting to feel about, what has been done to Black people. You might say, Lisa, what does this have to do with the full moon, being in Leo and all this stuff? But like I said, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. There has been a lot of indifference about the inflictions that have, indifference to the suffering inflicted on other people. Right now, I'm talking about people of color. And so right now, what we can let go of as a collective is the indifference and realize that we are all interdependent. We're all interconnected. We all actually need one another in order to raise the frequencies of this planet, because there's a lot of things that are happening and there's a collective consciousness, right, that keeps the frequency as it is and keeps us experiencing some things that we're currently experiencing. We're all, being traumatized by the pandemic and, the fear of losing our rights and privileges. We have to step up and we have to fight for our rights now. Our rights are becoming privileges, and this cannot happen. So we all need to take responsibility and speak up. When we see something happening and we're not speaking up about it, then we're part of the problem. So one thing that we can let go of right now is the indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. I think this is a perfect time to discuss this during Black History Month, the shortest month of the year, right? But if one person is indifferent, that goes into the collective consciousness, right? And so one thing that we can, again, hold on to and realize that we're magnets. We're coming from a place of abundance. And one thing that we can let go of is knowing that, turning a blind eye when we know that somebody else is suffering. It doesn't have to be so macro. We can, have it be micro. If you know somebody is hurting, just kind of hold space for them. We're all in this together, guys. We just need to hold space for each other, because everybody, I promise you, I work in the mental health field, I think everybody would be able to, meet some type of diagnostic criterion for some type of mental health disorder, be it anxiety, or depression or what have you. But what I do know is that everybody is suffering to some degree. A lot of people in silence, but we're all here. The word trauma is a household term. Everybody's dealing with trauma. Everybody has dealt with trauma. A lot of our childhoods have been traumatic. I always say life is about surviving your childhood. You know what I mean? But the message for today is, if you see somebody suffering, hold space for them. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that, because one day it might be you. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.